All right, hey there, folks. You're listening to MWM Podcast. This is Maddie, and we are for a books episode. And I have a special, very special guest speaker for today's episode, Mr. Avinash Jain, who happens to be my close friend as well, and he's the reason I got into filmmaking and all this YouTube thing. So we welcome Avinash Jain. Hey, Avinash, please introduce yourself to MWM audience.
Yeah. Hi, Madan. So this is Avinash, and I've been reading books for quite some time now, on and off. Not a very voracious reader, but yeah, every now and then I lean back to reading a lot of books. And right now I'm reading a lot of plays because, and a lot of Hindi plays that too. So yes, but today we are.
Yeah, I have to give more introduction for him. He's the main reason that I started reading books. So all of you guys who have seen all those live streams about book reviews and these books podcast episodes, it's all because Genesis was because of Avinash Jain, and also he happens to be a theatre actor now. So that's why he's reading a lot of Hindi plays. So he's already playing a lot of roles in theatre in Bangalore. So I'm happy for him. Yeah, but for today, let's hear from him what book he has brought for us.
Yeah, so today we are going to talk about The Outsider by the French philosopher, writer Albert Camus. He is very well known in the literary world. So, yes, we are going to talk about that.
Yeah, the author is Albert Camus or Camus?
Camus. He's
Camus,
called
just
Camus.
S silent.
Camus.
Okay. So the book name is Outsider. It's a very unique book. Not many people would have heard. It's around like 120 pages, and then it's published by Penguin. Yeah, so it's like a short story, I guess. And let's hear the story from you.
Yeah, so basically, The Outsider is about, in a nutshell, if I have to tell you that it's about the basic human nature, how the humans react in different scenarios. So, the main protagonist of the story, I think he's called Meow Salt. In French, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's Meow Salt. That's how I hear it in my head. So, Meow Salt has recently lost his mother, and the basic innate nature of society tells us to show some grief. But death, I feel, is a very subjective kind of thing that different people registers it very differently. Not everyone would feel the hit of that death or something drastic that has recently happened in your life. You won't feel that sometimes immediately. It might take some time to register, but the society's norms are such that they require you to show the grief or show the happiness or different kind of emotions at the moment. So that doesn't happen. That becomes so artificial. But to society, that is not something that they can accept. So that is the story is all about, the basic human nature. And then the plot, it builds something like this, that he has recently lost his mother and he is not able to show grief, and then people start judging him. So that is one episode. In the next episode, this might be a spoiler for you, but I don't think in a book like this, since it is more of a anthropological book and more of a philosophical book, that there can be any spoilers as such. So I'll go ahead and tell you that it's more about, in the next episode of things, he's involved in a accidental murder. So accidentally he murders someone, and in the courtroom, or the when he's in front of the judge, and all the people are being called as witnesses, and just to speak in against or favor of him. And all of them are judging him based on his past behavior, not the current scheme of things that is going on. So that is the main thing, and everyone is judging him on the behavior, or the kind of basically the society's judgment towards him, that since this person did not show grief for her mother's death, so he must be a bad person. So they don't realize that such emotions may not be so registerable to everyone at a moment's notice. He has been he was staying so away from her mother for a long time. He was working in a different place, and then there's a death happening. So that grief he couldn't register, but all through his life he is being judged for that particular thing. So this is the book is all about. It goes till the end about exploring the same theme. So if you have also read To Kill a Mockingbird, I would say it is in the same genre of things, and uh, if not better, then at least at that level of literature it has been written.
Okay, so from what I've heard, I have some questions on the story, but before that, it seems like it's a journey of a character. There is one leading character, and we see his life, what has happened to him, and how he's being judged. So, is there an arc like a movie, or how is it?
It's not like a arc. I mean, we can say, but the character doesn't change. It is more about, if I have to put on a artistic or technical glasses, then I would say it is more about the society than the character. Character is basically a reflection, a bad reflection of the society. What we as a society has become, because I feel that when we would have started the societies as hunters and foragers, then the only motive behind forming the societies would be so that we stay in a group, we have a community, people don't feel left alone, right? But in this book it is exact opposite of that, that because of the society certain person is feeling alone. So that is a hitting point for me, or the thought provoking point for me, that something the society has been created for, it is serving exactly the opposite of that. Even now that we see in a lot of cases, like if someone is a little, not so, what we in quote unquote technically what we call as weird people, or someone who is not fitting the right boxes or the template of the society. If someone is not, say, married till 45, he is not fitting the template of society, and they'll see him in a different way than they would see a other person. So it is that kind of book. It is more about the society, the reflection of society on an individual, and an individual's reflection on society. So it's kind of complementing both the sides. So it's I won't say it has a typical first act, second act, third act kind of a structure, or it has a arc kind of thing. It is more about introspection. It is more thought provoking. Yes, it has a beginning, middle, and end, but you can pick your little stories from anywhere from this story. You'll find your own story somewhere reflecting in this story.
More relatable to everyone who reads it.
Yeah.
I think it comes from the philosophical side of the author. You said he's a philosopher as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So now coming to the story, are there other characters, significant character who plays significant roles other than the lead character?
No, I don't think there are any other significant characters. All other characters are at almost kind of a same level as any other character, apart from the main protagonist. There are few interesting characters here and there, but I don't think that he is a standout character, and I feel that is done because they always wanted to show, if you imagine a crowd of 100 people walking in one direction and one guy walking in another direction, the 99 wearing the whites or the one person wearing the black, that kind of story, they wanted to create that contrast, that he is not fitting anywhere in the society. So that's why I feel he is a standout also. Everyone else is kind of blurry if you want to imagine it in a kind of a scene.
Okay, nice. Yeah, and you said the character is in a courtroom being accused. So why did he get there? I might have missed this because
So he was actually, he commits a murder accidentally, but that is the main reason that he is there.
Okay, yeah.
He doesn't have a motive for committing the murder, but sometimes circumstances are like that you end up doing something that you didn't intend to. So it's very accidental from his point of view, but when he is being judged for that, or when he is on trial for that particular case, then he is always being judged for whatever he has done in the past rather than that particular incident itself. So that is very reflective of everyone, right? We don't judge a person based on what they are saying right now at this moment. We have the entire baggage of some person coming from the past and years back, and then we'll We'll say, oh, this guy is like that, or that girl is like that. And then we'll bring all that past into the present, and then we'll judge that person, no matter what the current context is. So this is the book is all about.
Okay. How did you end up reading this book?
So I was reading another book by Manav Kaul, who is again a very philosophical Hindi writer, and right now, nowadays he's writing quite a lot. So in his books, the one very important thing that he does is he also mentions a lot of other books. He refers to a lot of other books. So there I found it that he was very influenced by Albert Camus' work. So then I picked it up that he specifically mentioned two books, A Stranger and The Outsider. So Outsider is one of them, and A Stranger I am yet to read. So I started with Outsider. I really liked, and I could connect why did Manav Kaul would have liked him. So yeah.
Okay, so from what I've heard, it seems a very important story to read if you consider the welfare of the society. So now the question is, why should anyone read this book? Why should anyone must read this book?
So I would answer this a little differently. I would say what kind of person should read this book.
Okay.
I would say anyone who is more into the philosophical kind of thing, or who likes things that can provoke thought. They just want a beginning, middle and end, and there is a definite plot, and one thing leads to other. There is a domino effect of events, and then finally the climax happens. If they want to break out of that 3-act structure, and they want to find something more profound, something more touching, something more that can reach down their heart and touch something, then those kind of people would read it. I would suggest that it would sound boring to a lot of people. Same with To Kill a Mockingjay, To Kill a Mockingbird. Yeah. So it would sound, because it has a 3-act structure, but the climax happens at the last, and the happening, so-called happening part, is only towards the end of it, when the courtroom drama is happening. But throughout the story, if you see, there are a lot of anecdotes, lot of moments that lead you up to that point. So if you are willing to invest that kind of energy from your side, because it's just 120 pages, so you can finish it within 2 hours or 3 hours, that is a different thing. But emotionally, if you are able to invest your time or yourself into this, then it is worth reading. Otherwise, you'll feel bored.
Yeah. So yes, it's definitely a outstanding book, standing out from others. It's going to be a philosophical read, The Outsider by Albert Camus, French author and philosopher, and it's 120 pages. As Avinash said, you can, if you're a very good reader, you would be finishing it in 3 hours. But for a reader like me, I would take 1 or 2 weeks. And yeah, it has a very interesting theme. So I feel everyone must check this out. But Avinash, this is your first podcast. How do you feel?
Oh, I feel really good. I am talking about books after a very long time, and I have always felt that things are not just to be read, they are to be shared. So I'm really happy that I got this opportunity to talk about the book. So yes, I'm very happy, and I listen to a lot of your podcasts, watch your movies. So yes, it's a very good, what do we say, moment for me to rejoice. And yes, I really love talking about books, different kind of books. So yes, any day I can talk about books.
Not many people would know, like Avinash was the cameraman and creative input for 2100 short film, which is a very important milestone in my filmmaking career. Okay, thank you so much for that. And yeah, I believe you will come back for more podcast episode and live streams and book clubs event.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. It's The Outsider by Albert Camus, Penguin published. I'm sure it's available in Amazon or any other store nearby your home. So do purchase it and read it. It's something that, as you said, like if you are a kind who likes to, wander your thoughts and think about how you should contribute to your society, then this is something you should read and perceive the theme. So thank you so much, Avinash, and yeah, I hope you'll hear from me in another podcast episode with another guest speaker. So until then, you are listening to MWM Podcast Books. I'm Maddie. Bye bye.